moved up a couple spots on that first lap. He is slotted in the third position. It's Austin Cindric, Christopher Bell, Harrison Burton.
Then back to the 2 of Tyler Reddick. And a little bit loose there. Gregson aggressively trying to get by.
Aggression is the word for the 9. He's been 3 lanes up the racetrack. There he ran the top of 3 and 4. It worked. That's what got him the run on the 2 of Reddick, but he had to cross him over. Spun the rear tires doing it. We'll see how well this 9 rolls the bottom as we see that. Christopher Bell to the outside of Cindric for the race lead.
Yeah, Christopher Bell drove into turn 3 on the outside of Cindric. I don't think Cindric was expecting that this early in the race. The outside to work that well.
It just worked for Christopher Bell, new leader at Richmond.
Still this side-by-side battle. Noah drove underneath the 2 of Reddick. Look at this mess as the 7 of Allgaier trying to work himself back to the front.
Yeah, you mentioned side-by-side. Well, Allgaier with that flat tire had to start at the back of the field. And look, where do you go? And how much do you push? 2 wide, 3 wide. Now he's on the bottom of 3 wide. Drives in even deeper into the corner 3 wide.
You know, I know it's nerve-wracking, right? This is fun to do, but not with the playoffs. Not with all that's on the line. It's fun to start in the back and drive yourself to the front, but golly, man, these guys get in a wreck and you get your car torn up, and that could start the playoffs off in a negative way for Justin.
Well, it's not just Allgaier in the 7. If you look back to the right a little bit, there's a white car with a black nose at number 23 that just made contact. John Hunter Nemechek, also, we covered it at the beginning. His car wouldn't even start in qualifying. The good news is his car is fired up and running. The bad news is way back in traffic. Patience, young man. Patience right here. I know you want to go, but you got to keep those fenders clean. This is an aero track. If you smash those fenders in, your car is not going to run well.
Not only that,
Steve, that's exactly what they're coaching. Sorry to interrupt, Jeff. Steve, that's exactly what they're telling John Hunter right now. Just be patient. Don't burn the tires off it. You're better than all these guys in front of you. So they're trying to make sure he just buys his time going through this. Good news, the car is a little free right now. That's helping him maneuver around and move around, moving past the slower traffic.
Great update by Dylan. And Jeff, that's what I'd like to hear as a crew chief, is a little free. Because if you were tight, I'd be worried. I think the track's going to get tighter. So if it's turning well now, I think that's going to be good. This is the car you talked about all day, how good this was 11 was in practice.
Yeah, Justin Haley told me at Vegas that he was scared to death of this race. They were terrible at this racetrack, but in practice, he had a really good car. See Cole Custer on the outside. I was really surprised Cole Custer did not qualify any better than he did back in 12th place. I thought Cole had a top 4 car in practice, so he has his work out. And what they got to do, you got to be a little patient here, because you can absolutely kill these tires early on this run at this racetrack. So you want to get as many as you can, but you can't do it and kill your tires.
Inch at a time, Rick, an inch at a time. As we're on this front bumper, the 11 of Haley, he's going to turn in, look for that left front to catch that yellow paint. Actually grip on that paint right there. Oh, look how well it rolled the bottom right there, right up to the rear bumper of Burnett. I love this shot right here. You actually see the rear suspension on this one car working. You see those tires deflect a little bit. You see the back of the car slide around as he tries to apply the throttle.
Justin Haley, the youngest of the playoff drivers at 20 years old. And we see the 22. Now, a lot of pressure coming from Harrison Burton in that 18. That's for the 2nd spot.
When I look at Harrison and all his experience, a track like Richmond really jumps out at me. So much time in super late models where you have to worry about tire conservation. So his patience is really going to be tested here, because these cars are much heavier and much more power. That's the big step, I think, from late models to the Xfinity Series, is if you push it, you talked about all that power and burn up those rear tires, I think it can happen here quicker than in any other series.
When you use the word experience, you really can't say that about Harrison Burton at this racetrack, because I talked to him earlier today and he said, I don't know what to expect. I've never been here before in an Xfinity car, so this is something that the feel, I've got to learn it as this race goes on.
I'm sure he doesn't listen to his dad.
I was going to say, I feel bad for him, because that's the only person he's outside that talk to him. He's lucky to be able to get around here at all.
Kelly.
Well, I asked Harrison how he prepared for this race, given that it's his first time here in any sort of car. And he told me he went back and watched a bunch of old race broadcasts, starting from about 4 years back. He watched for what worked to win the race, what didn't, and how to get around, as he said. It's so hard to pass here. If you get to the outside, if you can do it, if you can get to the outside, you can usually make the pass stick, but it's just getting to that point that's hard, Dave.
Kelly, we saw the 20 of Christopher Bell go around the 22 of Austin Cindric and now has pulled out to a 2-second lead. Cindric was told before this race started, one more time, remember, we qualified great, but we're points racing. Got to get as many as we can. So a little patience here, Rick, as he gets started. Didn't try too hard to block the 20.
It's interesting, the word patience continues to come up. Short track racing, you don't hear that much. Although 56 laps to go in stage 1.
Now Harrison has worked and done a nice job to get to the bottom of the racetrack, but clearing this position can be the toughest thing and not use those rear tires. Cindric's going to battle back on the outside. One more good set of corners, and that 18 car should be clear.
We're running now. Just set your good pace after that
Right
20.
there, that looks really good. Joe Gibbs' car out there leading with Christopher Bell. Now Joe Gibbs' car in second with Harrison Burton. Another car that started at the back, Justin Allgaier, up to 13th. In only 20 laps. Points are going to be paid in 55 more laps. And guys, Justin Allgaier is on pace to easily score points in this first stage.
That's huge. I mean, it's really big. Brandon Jones, he's fallen back to 11th. Segan 13th. John Hanucek, he's worked himself up to 19th. But you said it, that 7 car, he's getting ready to start passing some cars and knocking them out of points.
And we got to remember that it's not only playoff drivers that are out here on the racetrack. You have Harrison Burton, who's not running for the championship, not a playoff driver. He's running in second. Gray Gaulding right now is running in the 8th position. I think it's a great run for Gray.
That's a really good run. Greg Gaulding and his team, this 08 car, they don't have the funding. That's the Junior Motorsports car behind them. A Collett car behind them. They don't have that kind of funding. Really good job by this team.
After the first lap was complete, it's been green flag racing, and it's been Christopher Bell who's been able to get up front. Luckily, he hasn't had to deal with this. That's what short track racing is all about.